More than half a century after the devastating floods of 1953, once again the waters of the North Sea have risen to take back reclaimed land on the east coast. A combination of storm force winds and high tides creating a huge surge of water that threatened a vast expanse of low-lying coastal areas. At Hemsby on the North Norfolk coast, the high water tore away cliffs and sent these homes tumbling into the sea, though no one was hurt. Further down the coast in Great Yarmouth, 9,000 households were advised to evacuate. Some decided to ignore the advice. Most were lucky, in some cases the water stopping just inches from the door.
This is a sort of like flooded area, so you have to take that risk when you move into a place like this, unfortunately.
And just round the corner, this local businessman was less fortunate.
We've probably got about 6 inches of water here, but slopes away all the way. So then we've got 2.5 feet of water in the workshop.
It's now 11:15, and in Great Yarmouth it's high tide. The water levels are clearly raised. But last night the high tide was combined with a storm surge, bringing the waters all the way up to here. And although another high tide is forecast for tonight, the Environment Agency says it does appear as though the worst has passed. From Cleethorpes and Boston in Lincolnshire, during the night the surge moved down past Norfolk and Suffolk and onto Kent and the south coast, raising water levels by up to 2 metres and testing flood defences. In some areas, soldiers were called in to help defend key installations. Now engineers are assessing what repairs are needed before the next high tide.
Our engineers are out now and they are checking the safety of those defences. Are they held up since last night's surge? Certainly on the soft defences, which are shingle banks, for example, up in North Norfolk, we know we've got damage where water has either punched a hole through the defence or has gone over the top and has damaged from behind.
Several hundred people spent the night in emergency shelters. Many now are preparing to return home. And while there remains much work to be done to get things back to normal, along the east coast there is a sense that the forces of nature were tamed, in stark contrast to the destruction last time the waters rose this high, 60 years ago.